Hey guys, Venom here. Today we're going over how to decal sun visors. This tutorial has been heavily recommended and asked by you guys, so I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. So today what you're going to need is you're going to need your visor decal. So AV Figures or Revenge of the Bricks does visor decals. This is the AV Figures one off of the blue Vaughn. I just cut the sheet, so just going to be running off this. You also need your CAC detailed visor. All of the decals go with these visors, and if you have an undetailed one, you'll have to be painting the areas that are missing. So I'm just going to use this for today's example, and yeah, off to other things. So this is recommended, and this is also recommended. These are not required, but I would heavily recommend at least the helmet. So I got my headstand. It's 2x6 plate, use and abuse, heads, use and abuse, and they're just glued together. And I use it for my helmets. I use it a lot, so I can just move it all about. And you'll need a helmet. I have this one right here. It's been abused quite a bit. There's a bit of holes and stuff. But what you're mainly going for is something that'll hold up your visor. So I don't think I'm going to use this much for the decaling part, but when I'm going to seal it, I'm going to need this just to hold the visor still, and so I don't have to hold it with my fingers. I wouldn't recommend holding anything that you're trying to seal with your fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors out, and we're just going to go right into cutting. If you guys have paid attention to my other tutorial series, then you would know that you want to cut your decals as close to the design as you can without cutting into it yourself. I went ahead and put these guys in the water, and we're just going to let them sit for a few seconds, and then we're going to get right into the decaling. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the sun visor. I'm just going to grab the front, and then we're going to grab the middle piece. You want to slide down your thumb like so, and then you're going to slide the decal off. Pull this, put it on there, just throw away your trash. In a little place to put trash. So, and then we're just going to slide this right to the edge. So you see there's a little circular imprint on your visor, so if you're working with me, you'll see the little visor, the little hole where this piece would go. So I'm just going to get my sponge, very lightly press because these visors are fragile, so I'd recommend holding your finger in between to kind of support it all, and then just pivot. So there you go. We're going to go to the right side, which would be this piece. Nope, this piece. So this piece right here is going to line up right about there. So we're just going to slide it off. And then we're gonna, slide it right where it should be. And then we're gonna throw a piece of paper in the trash. Hold your finger in the middle to kind of support it all. Then let's see, can I get... And you're going to want it to overlap just a little bit onto the top side, not only have it on this edge, but you want to have it kind of closest to the edge of the side at the bottom right here as you can. So I'm just going to go ahead and sponge the bottom piece. Remember to pivot when you're sponging. And so there we go, right here. And then we're just going to sponge the top piece. Like so. So that is 2/3 of your visor done right here. So as you can see, it's all clean and lined up. There's a little triangle piece right here that goes in between the little floodlight. There's a chance of it overlapping with this middle piece right here, but just accept it if it happens. I think this one might have it just a little bit. I can't really tell in the lighting. But we're going to go ahead and grab the last decal out of here. Pull it out, and then we're going to put your trash in the trash. Remember that, don't keep it on your desk, otherwise it's just gonna get everywhere, trust me. You're gonna wanna line it up. Remember, you want it to line up to the bottom piece as much as you can. So like so, and then we're just gonna go ahead and pull this down and make sure it lines up before we sponge any part of it. So as you can see, there's a bit of a gap in detail up here, so we want to make sure that gap is filled and there aren't any more gaps. So as you can see, it's all lined up. So I'm gonna go ahead and sponge this top piece because it's gonna be the most fragile of them all. Be very careful with this visor because you could snap it, and in case it just misaligns a little bit, don't sponge it too much because then you can just realign it just a little bit like so. And then you're just gonna ease your way down like so, and then we're gonna sponge the side, and then we're gonna go on to sealing. Alright, so in the beginning of this video, I recommended having this P2 helmet because you don't really want to hold your visor like this when you're sealing. You don't want to get sealant on your hands if you can help it. So what we're going to do, we're just going to slide the visor on like it would be on a regular figure. And you want to get your little sealing station. So like this. As you can see, it has a whole bunch of sealant on it. And then we're just going to slide this on. You can see the helmet's a little loose, but as long as it kind of just holds its position, don't really need to matter. So I kind of just have mine bent a little bit downward so it kind of stays still. Alright guys, we are outside. Remember, when you're sealing, you want to go outside and not spray inside, either in your garage or in your room. Bad idea. You're going to lose your sense of smell. I've lost part of mine just even due to spraying outside and how much I spray. So I'm going to go ahead and put my phone on its stand, and I'm going to grab this like so. Grab your handy dandy sealant. So this is Rust-Oleum gloss or crystal clear enamel. So shake it up a little bit. The can's almost empty, but we're just gonna have enough to spray it. So you want to spray a good distance away. So if it does that, you just gotta spray it upright. You can see I'm having a little bit of trouble. So there you go. As soon as it starts getting glossy, that's when you know you need to stop. And there is your sun visor. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you appreciated it. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe. It's free. You can always unsubscribe. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below, what you thought of the video. Thank you guys so much again. You can check the links in the description of how to support me. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.